Gamer Dude 2088, and I was just watching this video put out by Unit Loss about Overwatch, talking about the skill rating system. And it was pretty interesting because it made me think deeply about the way I feel about the ranked system in Overwatch. Because as it is right now, I personally do not like it. And it's good in certain instances, but what makes me upset is the way your skill is ranked. Because it's not your skill ranking, it's your team win-loss ratio ranking. That's pretty much what it is. If your team loses, your rank goes down. If your team wins, your rank goes up. So it has nothing to do with your skill because you get an individual rating based on if your team wins or lose. It has nothing to do with your individual skill. Now, granted, I do understand this is a team objective, team-based game. So why aren't we given a team rating? So if it's based off win or loss, your average win to loss ratio, this will be your rating for that. And the way I see it, if it's going to be geared to an actual skill rating and individual skill rating, then a lot of players should be higher or lower based on their contribution in the game. Personally, I think mine should be a little higher just off of the roles that I play, because I have matches where sometimes I can carry a whole team and we'll lose. And it's not that I'm not doing good because I'm able to carry the team just to stay in the fight, but the team itself is not doing well. Now since we lost, I still believe instead of my ranking going down, it should go up. So if I'm solo queuing, I'll be placed with people that are of the same skill as me, because apparently I'm in this team where their skills is not as high as mine is. And then in some instances where I get this, and this happens a lot. I mean, to the point where it's almost a given fact. If I'm playing Reinhardt and we lose, I will have the card for most damage blocked. And I generally block a lot of damage because I'm playing the character role the way it should be played. So I did well, just my team failed to do their roles and play their part the way it should be played. So the way I see it, because everybody's like, oh, you blocked a lot of damage, you did so good. Yeah, no, I got my ass kicked. You guys just didn't do well enough to utilize the barrier as is, and some people just don't realize, you have this big ass shield, why are you in front of it? You're not a Genji, so you can't reflect. So why is Soldier stepping in front of it? Why is Junkrat stepping in front of it? Stay behind it, and if you need me to push further in, just say push further in. That's it. I can drop the shield for a few seconds just to be able to move and push further in. We gotta work together, and we getting this skill rating. And it's like, okay, I've done so well as Reinhardt, I should be on a higher level, like a higher tier. Maybe we should have some kind of tier setup for this game. You can actually have players ranked based on what their abilities are, what their capabilities are in this game. Because I can do really well with certain characters, and if my team is not doing just as well as I am, chances are we're going to lose. I've had games, not in ranked, but games in quick play where I carried a team and we won. Ranked is on a different ball game because this is where you get all the super try hard and get the victory type of people coming in, and then you come across those teams that understand that you gotta push as a team. It's not quick play. Everybody just run in, win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter. This is ranked. You're trying to win. You don't want to lose because the ranking is just going to keep having you fluctuating up and down, because you win one, lose one, win one, lose a couple, win one, and you just can't get up in the rankings just because your team just not doing well as a team. And it's a little upsetting to me seeing that we have this rating that's pretty much bullshit. I mean, it does nothing for the players. Now, if you're gonna base it on the actual team like how it should be, your ranking should still be based on your contribution to the team. How well did you do? If you're a DPS character, how much DPS you put out? If you're a character that's healing, how much healing you put out? And if you lose, how much more you did in the contribution. It's like you have to do a lot more than you would have if you won, because generally if you win, that means the match didn't really last as long as it would for the losing side, for the people that did well. Because if you're doing well and you in what you're doing on the losing end, chances are you're doing real high if you're blocking damage. If you're healing, more likely you're not putting out a lot of DPS unless you're just that solo person that's like putting out kills or putting out damage where it needs to be, but your team is not capitalizing on the kills. Because sometimes you can be that person that I put damage on 3 different targets. You put damage on 3 different targets, and your team didn't pick up the kills like they should have. So it's like your efforts are for nothing. I mean, you're doing your part well as you can, best as you can, but you're just not getting the results you're looking for. This ranked meta game, it gets to be a little difficult to really do as well as you would like to, because it seems like now you got to be twice as a try hard as you are before, because you got to do so much better than everything. And if your role is really not to put out damage, it's like, what do you do if you're meant to absorb damage or you meant to heal the team? What do you do when your team just can't play their roles the way they should play, though? It just gets me upset and frustrated so much, because it's like, yo, this is not my skill rank. This is not my skill. I do so much better. And it gets hard. Like, for me personally, and I don't know if there's anyone else like that, I do better solo queuing than I do with an actual team. It's like, it might be one person, or maybe there's no person with nobody with the mic, and I can do so much better with the team than I can do with the whole team mic'd up. And generally, I noticed the difference in it, because when the team opposition is like something really crazy, multiple people change their roles, and they change their roles almost immediately. This is why in solo queuing I can get a win. And then at the same time, these people, not only do they change their roles, after a couple deaths of just trying to rush in, somebody usually hit the group up button. Like, group up, they'll stand. Like, if you see your healer, you see your tank just standing by the spawn, walking back and forth in circles, chances are they want to group up. And this is the big thing, because I mean, in quick play, it doesn't really matter if you just rush in or whatever, because it's just quick play. You know, you're just trying to have whatever you think fun is, and if it's just getting your brains fucking rushed in because you just want to rush and try to just kill whatever you can, run around like a chicken with your head cut off, then by all means, if that's what makes you happy, do that. But in ranked, you really can't do that. You have to push as a group, and at all times, you need all 6 players to be together. You got a couple players that's on the point sometimes, and you might want to get to the point. You might be in the last minute or so. Yo, don't worry about the time on the clock. Get together and make a strong push. You know, chances are they're going to try to run in and spawn camp, but you got to be prepared for that. You got to be watching that and waiting for everybody to get there. I mean, you get the team together, yeah, make that strong push, or we're just going to be stuck in the same position every time. You lose in this ranking system that does no good for everyone that's playing. And it makes me think, Blizzard, please don't give me an individual rank based on how well my team is doing. Give me an individual rank based on how well I'm doing. Then, to take it even further, give me a rank based on my team. Like, if this is a team game, we should have a team ranking, not just because you won a game or you lost a game. How well the team was working. When you got an assist, what was the characters involved in that assist? Was you blocking incoming damage and someone was shooting at the targets that you're blocking the damage? Are you healing the teammate that's putting out DPS on something? Are you damage boosting them with mercy? I mean, just these general things up to base how well your team is working together. And I know this can be calculated. It might be a hell of a process to put together, because I'm sure your guys programmers have to work overtime just to even figure all that math out. But I know it can be achieved, even if it's not done soon. And because this ranking is just it's terrible. I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's just terrible. It's like, okay, you win a game, you go up. You lose a game, you go down. Simple as that. No matter how good you're playing, no matter who you playing with, no matter how trash the enemy team is, you can be constantly just shitting like laxative. You just drinking that shit and just shitting all on the enemy's team, and your team is just garbage and you lose. It's like, what do you do? What do? You can't do anything. You just gotta accept the fact that you're gonna have a terrible loss. Your rank's gonna go down, and you're gonna keep playing this meta game where you're stuck in this low bracket. Where it's just all this crazy nonsense, where you need to be playing with that, when you could be playing with that higher ranked playlist where the people really know what's going on. So it feels like a loss is an actual loss, rather than people just not knowing what to do as a team, people not knowing their roles. That's like, I've been picking up on McCree a little more, because Farah is a real strong target to go up against, and McCree is good at taking out Farah. So it's like I'm practicing trying to get my McCree game up so I can eliminate those Farahs. But I'm not going to take any more of you guys' time. I wonder what your thoughts on the ranking system and what you might think, if you agree with me, disagree with me, hate, like, or what, anything that I have said throughout this video. Hope you like the content that was going on within the video as well. And this is the Gamer Dude signing out. See you in another video. Appreciate you watching. And deuces.